Imagine you meeting God and wondering if she smoke. Imagine you seeing God walking out the liquor store. I done seen it before. Everything I'm doing now, I sat and dreamed it before. Cause once upon a time, I begged for what I needed before. But then I learned that all I had to do was be it before. I found my light and stood up in it like my name was Theotis. Took a flight for new beginnings, hope the universe noticed. And now my home turf cheering me on. Feel like the whole.
Welcome to my channel. I'm your favorite cousin, but are you mine? If you are, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share if you care, join the fam. So I'm going to be talking about episode 22 of Love Island. I'm only going to talk about the important stuff and stuff that stood out to me. I'm not finna go blow by blow. That's going to take too damn long. So let's get it started. Nick and Olandria share a kiss in the day beds and soul ties, and she says she feels like she ain't really got nobody to share that with because she don't trust the new girls and her friends are all in Casa Amor. And I feel like the new girls are kind of dry snitching. I think it was Clark, maybe, who was like, "Where y'all clothes at?" And the reason she said that was because Nick took his shirt off because Olandria was cold. And they was acting super guilty after they kissed and came back downstairs with everybody like, chill out, y'all. You making it obvious. And somebody else asked where they was. And Nick was like, why don't you manage your business? I don't know if it was Ace or one of the girls again. But yeah, like they low key dressing this shit.
Where those clothes go?
Keeping a measure one. Ooh. We gotta get you a handshake now that you didn't. I know, right? You'd have been initiated.
We don't even have a handshake. Ain't that something? Me and you. I don't got a handshake with nobody.
Maybe you just not like.
Like that stood out to me because why would you say that? Huda and her new dude are arguing, but they both wanted something toxic. So next, it seems like JD is feeling Amaya because he was making breakfast and somebody asked him, was it for Huda? And he made it known, nope, this for Amaya. Then he came to hug her and she ended up pulling Zach to the side to let Zach know that she's still feeling him more. Even though JD is, doing all this stuff for her, she wanted to reassure Zach for whatever reason. And then at the end of that conversation, she asked him for a kiss. Amaya, if you gotta constantly ask this man for a kiss and he not doing it by himself, he's not feeling you. You're his golden ticket right now. That's why he's entertaining you because he don't really have any other connections anywhere else, and you're his golden ticket to make it back into the villa. Nick and Olandria decide it's not romantic. They tried, but both of them were pretty much still thinking about their original connections. Nick's still thinking about Sierra real bad, and Olandria is unfortunately thinking about Taylor, who is not thinking about her. Huda is stepping on some toes again. So she goes to talk to Chris and asks him how he's feeling about Shelly, which to me is a red flag because you claim you love her and you didn't know how she was feeling about him. Lies. And you wanted to explore that connection but didn't want to get in the way of that. So why are you doing it? Why are you getting in the way of it if you didn't want to and if you love Shelly? That's my question. You contradicting yourself and you moving real sneaky. And she got real excited when he said he got a million nieces and nephews, so he's like an uncle all the time. She's like, uncle? Girl, calm down. That don't mean he want to be a stepdaddy. But the fact that he mentions that might be him like planting seeds of hope. Because again, they got to make it into the main villa, one person or another. So they trying to make as many connections as they can as well. I'm not dumb to it, but again, I think it was really sneaky how she didn't even think to pull Shelly to the side or say nothing to her. Same way she did Hannah. Like you snaking the girls that you playing you real close with. I don't like that. You real desperate looking. Anyway, Clark pulls Alandria to the side, and they both talked about how the whole situation with both of them wanting Taylor is awkward. Then Olandria admitted that he's moving way faster with Clark, but she knows that he's testing the relationship that she has with him. So she encourages it. She's not intimidated by whatever. And Clark did not like that. Clark says she doesn't like her connection with Taylor being called a test, but if you think about it in a way, that's what Casa Amor in this part of the journey is a test to the original couples. It's a test, baby. Now, if he choose you and you stick there, then it ain't a test no more. But as of now, that's technically what it is. Anyway, Olandria tells Taylor about her kiss with Nick and says that it was nothing. They both thought about their original partners. Said that Clark had pulled her for a sidebar, but Olandria didn't care to initiate any conversation with her. Period. One thing Olandria ain't gonna do is let somebody see her sweat.
It's gonna take one bad bitch to come in here and just rip him away from me because I feel like what me and Taylor have is like no other.
I think Taylor wants to end things with Olandria, but is scared too, so he continues to string her along. Because it's very clear to me that he's feeling Clark way more than he was feeling Olandria. He's way more attracted to Clark, way more touchy feely. Clark and Taylor are always cuddled up, touching something. This ain't important, but it's just something that kind of got on my nerves.
Is your hair naturally curly? Yeah. I'm a sucker for curls. That's why I asked. Yeah, no, I have curls. Okay, good. That means you're a sucker for me.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Two people get text saying that it's time to go back to the villa for a recoupling. Ace is acting like he misses Shelly. Taylor is acting like he's torn. He's not. Alandria is in the photo booth taking multiple sets of pictures, and I was thinking, and she kissed them. So I'm thinking, is she gonna leave one on Taylor's bed? Is she gonna voluntarily leave the villa and go home? Like, what is up with her taking multiple sets of pictures and kissing them? Then you see Huda went up to Shelly and asked her who she was gonna choose, and again, she never mentioned talking to Chris earlier. So that rubbed me the wrong way because I feel like you making it seem like you there to support her and have girl chat, but you really trying to see what you finna have going on at this recoupling. Like if you're gonna have to go for JD like you really don't want to, or if you're gonna be able to choose Chris like you want to. Whole thing is just messy. Whole thing. So after the commercial break, Lutta finally tells Shelly about Chris and admits that she has no other options. So to me, it was like her saying, hey, throw me a bone. I have nobody else. You have Ace. Can I have him? Type thing. And they probably agreed. So I feel a little better about that now that she finally said something because it was rubbing me the wrong way. Like, hey, don't say you love her and that's your girl, this and that if you don't check in. Taylor finds the pic of Landria in his drawer. Ace tells him that she's playing mad offense. And he says, yup, this is still wet. At this point, Taylor ain't picking her, y'all. Taylor is not picking her. She had a bunch of photo booth pics that she took with different people laid out on like the dresser or vanity she was sitting at. And I'm thinking like, what is going on with Alandria? Like, is she getting ready to bow out gracefully? What's going on? Ariana said the couple's names one by one as they were coming back from not Casa Amor because the girls were in Casa Amor. But as the guys were coming back from the villa, she was saying their names one by one, like the new couples, which made Sierra think that Nick wasn't returning, but he did. And the elation she showed when she saw Nick made Elin very doubtful of the connection they had recently built. So he already knew he was out of there because of how excited she got when she saw Nick and how she was crying right beforehand, thinking she lost him and he left the villa. Like he already knew it's dead. It's done deal. His friend Zach with the K even had to come over and be like, you know what, dude, it is what it is, blah blah blah. Get him that little pep talk. So they knew it was over with. So for the recoupling, they gotta write down the person who they want to recouple with on a dry erase board. But the other person has to match them too. Otherwise, you're left single and vulnerable. And also, the way they have it is Ariana's going to call one person and say, if anybody wrote their name down, stand in the circle with them. And if you did, everybody opens their drag race board things at the same time and reveal the names. If it's a match, then you recouple. But if the person that standing in the middle didn't put your name, you're single and vulnerable. If they put the other person's name, like if it's two of y'all standing there, then that's who they recouple with. You go sit down with the singles, and they go sit down with the couples. I hope that was clear. I don't even know how to explain that even better. All right, so we have Zach and JD who both put Amaya, and Amaya ultimately chose Zach. But I feel like Amaya is playing a dangerous game with Zach K. Keeping it real. She's gonna be another Olandria. She gotta constantly ask this man for kisses and reassurance and affection, and he's not gonna pick her in the end, and it's gonna really hurt her feelings because he's not feeling her, and I don't see how she does not see that. Anyway, she picked him. Then we have Coco and Shelly who both picked Ace. Ace picked Shelly. Chris picked Huda. Huda picked Chris. Nick and Elin both picked Sierra, and Sierra picked Nick. Clark and Olandria both picked Taylor, and Taylor picked Clark. But I wrote down before he even picked her in my notes, I put him and Clark are matching. And I noticed that the people who were most likely going to be together or pick each other, they were matching colors. So when I saw they were matching, I'm like, again, that's the second thing that lets me know that he's gonna pick her. And the funny thing was that a rendition of That Boy Is Mine was playing in the background. I was just like, what is happening? What is happening? So they had 6 single people. Don't ask me their names, just know Olandria and Coco were in the bunch. And they had the coupled people deliberate on who they wanted to keep. They could say one guy and one lady. So people were going back and forth between Olandria and Coco. And what I was able to catch was Nick was rooting for Olandria, Ace was rooting for Coco, and I think that's because he wants a backup plan. He said also she can be able to explore different people or whatever. Like I know she will, but I think he wants to keep Coco as his backup, low key. TJ said I'm going for Landria and Jaden, I think it was. I don't know. I didn't take the time to get to know these other people. But Jaden was like, I'm voting for Landria, but I have to advocate for Coco. Whatever the hell that means. That means nothing. Who is your vote, girl? Okay, Clark didn't want to vote at all. You can tell that. I do. It's something about Clark I don't like. The little smug face that she be making. It's like she got it in the bag, and I don't like that. Like, I wonder what Taylor has been saying to her about Landria, because the way she walking around smirking is crazy to me. Ultimately, Elin and Alondria were saved. Alondria, wake up, girl. Wake the hell up, please. Like you be telling all these other girls, clock the fuck in. Let this be your wake up call. Taylor does not want you. He dumped you in front of everybody. He chose this girl not once but twice. And then when you were back in the villa, he didn't really pay you no attention. He was all up under that girl. You had to keep pulling him for chats. It struck me when Clark was saying why she picked Taylor. It was all because of how Taylor was attentive to her, and Taylor made sure she was good, comfortable. Taylor did this for her. Taylor did that. Da, da, da. Alondria, listen up. If he wants to, he will. He ain't been wanting to the whole time he was with you. That's why he didn't. He wanted to when he was with Clark. That's why he did. In your speech on why you picked Taylor, you said you put so much work in to maintain the relationship and you wasn't gonna throw it away. It would be crazy of you to throw it away. He don't care about y'all connection. I don't even know what the future holds for Landria because I feel like they keep throwing you bones, girl. First you got Jalen. He was attentive, affectionate, cared about you, gentleman. I love me some Jalen. And you didn't want him. You didn't pick him because of Taylor and your so-called strong connection y'all built. Y'all don't have nothing. Talking about you don't want to throw everything away. Y'all don't have nothing. It's all one-sided. Anyway, they've been throwing you bones. You got eliminated. You got dumped the first time. They let you recouple with Nick so you could come back. Please learn your lesson. Please learn your lesson. This boy don't want you. He don't want you. Keep it moving. Possibly explore with Elon now. I don't know if he'll type or whatever, but like, come on, clock the fuck in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think is about to happen in the house now. What do you think of all the couples, new and old? Thank you for making it this far in the video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much again. See you in the comments.
They call me lost when I wander. I go as far as I wanna go. Temptation try pull me under, but I won't let it take